Welcome to Soft Hearts Loud Laugh. This is your host. I'm Rachel from Malaysia.
And I'm Tiffany from the UK. We are back with a new episode this week, the unforgettable moments in childhood. So, Rachel, if you have to describe your childhood in 3 words, what would they be?
I would say it would be fun, creative, and memorable.
Well, for me, if I have to describe my childhood in 3 words, it will be cringe, innocent, and dramatic.
So, do you remember the dumbest moment you had when you are a child?
I wouldn't say dumbest, but like I used to think that I was like the main character. Basically, was like obsessed with role playing all the time with my childhood best friend. We will be like acting and pretending we are like Disney princesses, the protagonist from like films. And yeah, basically just having my main character moment all the time. Oh, we would also like build castles, like the sofa, those like cushion sofa and stuff. We would just stack them together like a castle, and then we were hiding inside the build castle because we are like so small and tiny, right? Back then. So you can just like fit into those small space. Because me, when I was a child, I was obsessed with role playing and acting. I don't know why. So like I make everyone around me in my childhood to like role play with me. I know it's very cringy. That's why, like, when you ask me like what to describe my childhood in 3 words, I would say cringe.
For me, my dumbest moment would probably be the day I fell into the drain, a huge drain when 5 years old. Okay, and I was with my youngest aunt. It was a haircut day, and we went to a salon together, and we parked a bit far from the salon, so next to a drain. And this connection pathway is quite far from where we park. So my aunt decided to oh, let's jump over the drain. Let's jump over the drain. And when I'm 5 years old, my legs were kind of short. So yeah, we hold our hands together and we counted 3, 2, 1. Yes, indeed, she jumped over the drain and I jumped into the drain. The drain is super deep. The drain is super deep. And I was like, help, someone save me. Imagine 5 years old, my legs were short and the drain was like huge. So I would say that was the dumbest moment in my life.
Wait, so was the drain filled with like water, or is it just like a dry one?
No, no, thank God it was dry. I cannot imagine if I jump into the drain with filthy water. Oh my God, the smell.
I don't think you can even like unsmell yourself even after shower. You'll be like,
Ugh.
because you know how dirty the drains are in Malaysia.
Yeah, it's not like Japan. It's so clean.
That's true. You know what? Fun part, we talk about drain, right? In the UK, there's no drain. You know why? Because they built the sewer system underneath the ground, underneath all the roads, so you wouldn't be able to see any drain at all.
Oh, that's good. That's one way to avoid someone to fall into the drain, like me. Mm-hmm. But excluding the dumbest moments, there are many memorable and sweet ones. Like, don't you think so, Tiff?
Yeah, I agree. So, I mean, childhood is the time where it's just so nostalgic when you talk about it, and it's just the innocence as a child can just do whatever you want and just be carefree. So that's what makes childhood a precious thing, I would say. Like for me,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm a very nostalgic person. Oh, the good old times when you mentioned about childhood. Sometimes I wish that I can stay as a child forever and like just have no responsibility, like just get away with troubles and like mess that I've made. And like to be honest, there's so many childhood memories really for me.
Okay, so what's your sweetest childhood memory you wouldn't forget forever?
I wouldn't say like I wouldn't forget forever because it's kind of like embedded inside me right now. Like every time I think of it, I'll just be so nostalgic and be like, oh my God. I just thought like These are the things that's so valuable, these memories that I won't be able to like be exchanged with anything. Can't buy it with money or whatsoever. Growing up with my grandparents, I remember the feeling of excitement like every night after my dinner. I wasn't night, but like evening. Every evening after my dinner, I'll be like excited because my granddad will take me and my sister out with the motorbike to nearby grocery stores to get like just to buy something small, like small candies, chocolate, or like toys. And those like capsule bowl. I don't know if you know it.
Uh-huh,
You,
uh-huh.
you know when you put coins in there and then like you get the capsule and you just don't know what you get inside. It's the feeling of like excitement and like also just very curious of what is inside the capsule, whether you get what you want to get. So in this capsule, you sometimes get like toys that actually looks like what it looks like on like the picture of the machine. And sometimes you just get like the most useless stuff ever. Right. And I remember like sometimes I would tell my granddad that I really want to get it, but at the same time I feel bad every time I look at the price thing, like on the machine, and I'll be like, I'll pick the cheapest one. Just like this capsule machine, they will come out with the cutest toys ever, right? So I just can't resist myself. I just want to get this, I want to get that. And it's just the temptation is there. It's crazy. And then I'll end up getting like the capsule, right? Excitement. I got it. I got it at the end. Open it, and it's like the most useless stuff ever.
A
It could be
ring,
like,
like a ring.
yeah, like a very cheap, like kind of plastic ring or like a rubber duck, or like it's just not what is on the machine itself. And it's like it's so annoying. And I just feel scammed. But then still, I would come back tomorrow to get the capsule, another capsule again, because I'm just hoping that I will get something that is actually on like visual picture of the machine, right? Even though I know I'll get scammed again.
Correct. That's me also. Like to the listeners that are not from Malaysia, I don't know, is this
Mhm.
thing a Malaysian thing or what? But to people who don't know it, it's
Mm.
probably like the early version of a blind box, like Pop Mart nowadays.
But it's definitely cheaper than blind boxes because I know like blind boxes is literally like trending right now. But like back then for our childhood, it's not very expensive. It's just like quite a small capsule. But I guess these capsule are more like famous in Asia part of the world, like Japan maybe. But I feel like the Japan ones has like better quality toys compared to the ones in Malaysia. And then like every Saturday we would go like to the night market to get like snacks or like street food. And then it's just so nostalgic to think of it. And I just love the feeling of the wind, like the cold breeze. You know how hot Malaysia is, right? And like it's like the cold breeze when you're on the motorbike, and like how fast paced the motorbike is, and the wind just kept blowing towards you. It just makes you feel very free.
Yeah, motorbike is one of my favorite transport also. Back then, not now, definitely not now.
So that's why I like remember I hate rainy days so much, because rainy days means you can't really go on a motorbike ride because unless you want to get rain on. And I just have to stay home that day, and I just get very disappointed, and then just hope, like literally in my heart, I'll be like, please stop raining, please stop raining so I can go out. So yeah. What about you, Rachel? What's your sweetest childhood memory? I bet you have a lot.
Well, I grew up with my grandparents, a different one, not the same one, right?
Yeah,
So I'm
different one.
so I'm a grandparent's child. So my life was pretty repetitive, but if you ask, the one thing I'll never forget will probably be like every day my grandpa will ride on his motorcycle and wait for me to finish school, literally every day after work, because he works as a mechanic that time. So every day after work, he will ride his motorbike and wait for me in front of the school gate with a cute helmet. So imagine like every day when the gates open, the first thing you see is your grandpa will be there.
Oh,
Leaning on the motorbike, waiting for you with the helmet on his hand. Oh my god.
that's so cute though. Honestly, it's so so cute if you think of it.
It's super cute because I hate school so much.
Real, real, real.
Every time, every day, I would say every morning, he will send me off and I'll cry. First, I'll cry at least 10 minutes and then I'll go inside. After school, we will like, he picked me up and then we would secretly go buy some snacks. Like sometimes it would be McDonald's, French fries, sometimes it would be KFC. And we would finish it like on the spot and then wipe our mouth so clean, spotless, so my grandma wouldn't realize. Because we would get scolded if we don't finish our dinner.
I feel like it's like a grandma thing. Don't eat anything. Dinner is almost ready. You're gonna spoil your appetite. But then granddad is like, oh, you wanna eat that? Yeah, let's go buy it. Oh
So
my
it's kind of
God.
like my sweetest memory. Yeah.
Definitely. Oh, that's so cute though. See, I really miss our grandparents now. I'm just getting sentimental in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah, I understand because you are now staying with your parents in UK and your grandparents are in Malaysia. Oh yeah, just to clarify, we both grew up with different grandparents because that time I was in KL and she was in Perak. So, but our childhood is kind of similar because her parents and my parents work abroad. So yeah, we are a grandparent child.
I feel like this is why we tend to be closer to our grandparents. It's not like we are not close with our parents, but right, because we grow up with them, we just feel more attached to them as a child, especially.
The sense of security they provide us is kind of like different from what our parents can provide us. It's just a different feeling.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, do you still remember how we used to role play at Popo's house?
Yeah. Because I influence everyone with role playing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. To clarify, this Popo is the same Popo. We both have the same Popo, but different Waipo. Is it?
No, so basically our Waipo. So for me, it's my Waipo, but it's Rachel's Popo.
Yeah.
So yeah, this Popo is my paternal side grandmother, and Waipo is Tiff's maternal side grandmother.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm.
So like it's my mom's mom, but Rachel's dad's mom.
Yeah. Yes, you got that right. That sounds easier. Whoa.
Yeah.
About this role play thing, I kind of forget what's the movie already, but I still remember the character.
I think it's called 天龙八部 or something, but I might be
Oh,
wrong.
is it?
I'll be like always playing the role as Ling if I'm not mistaken.
The sister, and then
And then your sister will always be Fu Hongxue, the male character. The she'll always be the male one.
And she always take the male protagonist role all the time. And then we also have like other cousins, and we all always take the female ones. And she's always the special one.
and do you remember we will be acting? We are wearing long dresses by tying the blanket, wrapping it around our waist to
Yeah.
pretend it's like a gown, and we will jump up and down the bed.
Yeah. My sister will wear it like a cape, like a cape as a superhero. And then we'll wear it like a Disney princess or like princess, like the girly role in like films or dramas or, anything. I remember we used to fight and like unfriend each other. And then like everything will be back to normal within like 5 minutes. And guess what? The funny thing is, right? Every time we fight for the most stupid reason ever. Like fighting over a hair clip or like fighting over an ice cream.
I remember, yes. This scene will go like, 我不要跟你好了, jip jip.
我也是不要跟你好了. And then I was
This
sometimes
thing is like,
and like sometimes we'll make our siblings unfriend us as well. Be like, 我叫我妹妹不要跟你好了.
jip jip.
We'll talk to each other for 5 minutes. And then we'll be like, 我跟你好, and then we just do this again.
Yeah.
To sum up, this is our childhood memories. We have a lot more, but then we can't really fit that in the podcast, which is unfortunate. But yeah, thank you for listening, and let's move on to our audience response.
Welcome to Section 2 Audience Responses. So last week we asked for your unforgettable childhood memories on Instagram, and surprisingly we received quite a few responses. So I guess you guys really have a unforgettable childhood. Starting with the very first one, which is going to waterfalls. Almost drowned and a monkey stole my ice cream. Whoa, this is harsh. It gotta be really careful when going to waterfalls, especially during rainy seasons. Like how my parents always want me to not go to waterfalls. Moving to monkey stole ice cream. This is super common in Malaysia, I tell you guys. Monkeys in Malaysia are just born different. They're just different species. Monkey doesn't only steal your ice cream. They steal everything. They have done so many ridiculous things. A few days ago, I saw on Instagram, there's this monkey who stole the whole durian and then went up to the roof. It's not this durian flesh where people open it already, this yellow pack of flesh. It's the whole durian with spikes. It's carrying it like up the roof. I don't know how. Does it hurt? I don't know. But it just climbed up the roof and then start eating. It opens the durian, start eating. I can't tell you, Malaysian monkeys are just born different. They're different species, especially batu cave monkeys. They will just rip your clothes off, or it will just take the whole bag from you. So, to those who want to go to batu cave in the future, be careful of monkeys. Those monkey are something, you know. Okay. Next one will be running in the playground, making daisy chains, cycling, learning to build a cooler sandcastle, playing with bubbles, playing with rainwater. Everything just sounds so fun and heartwarming, right? These kind of memories really stick to you for a very, very long time. And I bet our audience can relate to them. I'm pretty sure you guys have done that before. But I think in Malaysia, we don't have daisies. In my time, I remember we played with this red little flower. I think it's called Flame of the Jungle. This flower, you can actually suck honey out of it. And it's pretty sweet, yeah. So you see, our childhood is kind of different but kind of similar, although we are at a different country. Yeah. There's also a responder who said being so excited about my first bike that I rode it round the kitchen in my vest and pants. That sounded so heartwarming because I remember my first bike ride. It wasn't good. It was pretty awful that I fell super hard. So nobody taught me how to ride a bike. Nobody. I was 12 years old at the time, and then one day I just told myself, hey, let's learn to ride a bike. And the bike I started with wasn't this cute little bicycles. It was those big one retro bike with these huge wheels, and then it's purple and it's rusty. It even makes sounds, you know, when you ride on it. So I was too excited when I finally reached the pedal of the other side, and I pedaled too fast, lost my balance, and pop, I just fell. Yeah, my elbows and my knees are hurt pretty bad. Then I ran back home and washed. Yeah, but I did learn how to ride a bike, and this is a pretty big achievement in my life. Yeah. Last one would be living with my grandparents because my parents are at work abroad. Yep, me and Tiff live with our grandparents too, the different one, because our parents work abroad. She was at Perak and I'm at KL. So growing up with grandparents have definitely left many, many memorable memories in our life. Every evening, I would ride on my grandpa's back after dinner and we would take a stroll around the house. But now, I'm like way too big to be carried on my grandpa's back. And I'm old enough to kill a mosquito on my own. My grandparents are getting older too. Seeing them age is not sad, but it's like a mixed emotion. More to concern, I would say. Seeing them like getting older, their back getting hump, and their hand will be shaking while carrying something. It's getting longer for them to stand up from a chair. I mean, my grandparents aren't that old yet, but it's concern for me to look at them like that. Yeah. So I would say give them a call if you guys are living far. A phone call, a video call, it doesn't matter. But I'm pretty sure they will be happy to hear your voice or see your face. Just a brief phone call will do. Appreciate every moment you can see each other. And I think that's it for today's audience responses. See you in the next section.
Hi guys, welcome to Live Talk and Deep Talk by Tiffany. So this week, I have decided to do something different. I would like to recommend a book to our fellow audience out there. It's called Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's basically a book about self-development. I have been reading this book for the past few weeks and making tiny notes and like summary notes every time I go through every chapter. I feel like this book is really useful, especially for people that are trying to get rid of certain habits in their life or like making their life more organized or like more structured or basically build discipline to your life. Getting 1% better every day counts a lot in the long term. So we have 365 days per year. And getting 1% better every year actually builds up. By the end of the year, you will actually be 37 times better if you build up a good habits in your life every day. Small changes often appear to make no difference until you cross a critical threshold. You need to be so patient when you try to like embed a habit in your life. Let's say you're trying to lose weight and then you decide to go for a run every day for a week. Then after a week, you decide to weigh yourself and realize that actually my weight hasn't gone down. And this is the point where most people would decide to give up. But basically, if you continue with the habit, let's say going to the gym, going for a run for like a year, you will see the difference. So I won't spoil any more for this book. So for people that are interested, I really recommend this book because it really makes a difference in my life, and I hope it makes a difference to your life too. We hope our sharing session today has sparked a few smiles on your face. So thinking back to those sweet memories, it shaped who we are. So tell us what's your most unforgettable childhood memories, either in the comment section below or through our Instagram story.
Yep, so don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Soft Hearts Loud Laughs for a new podcast every Saturday, and follow our Instagram page to participate in our audience responses. And thanks for hanging out. See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.